What up, everybody? This is yours truly, Rama Screen, covering movies, TV, and entertainment. How's it going? I was supposed to have lunch right now. I missed my lunch hour. I'm really starving. But before I go get some grub to eat, I want to discuss this because the news just hit the like the past couple of hours or so. Disney has cast their Ariel for their live action The Little Mermaid movie. And her name is Halle Bailey. Um, Let me read to you the official news here. I got it in my email. I receive press releases from Disney. It says Halle Bailey has been cast as Ariel in Disney's upcoming live action reimagining of The Little Mermaid. The film is directed by Rob Marshall and produced by Marshall, John DeLuca, Mark Platt, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. This film will feature beloved songs from the animated classics by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, the late great Howard Ashman, as well as new songs by Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda, who will be taking care of the lyrics. Rob Marshall says, and I quote, "After an extensive search, it was abundantly clear that Halle Bailey possesses that rare combination of spirit, heart, youth, innocence, and substance, plus a glorious singing voice, all intrinsic qualities necessary to play this iconic role," says Marshall. Production on the Little Mermaid live action movie is anticipated to start early 2020. Additional announcements regarding the Little Mermaid are expected in the coming weeks. I am a little surprised that they dropped this news, um, right before Fourth of July tomorrow. So I guess they want to like get, because tomorrow will be like slow news day. There's not much going on. Everybody's out at the beach or you know doing fireworks and whatnot. So with Disney's like, this is the perfect time because every the only thing that everybody's going to be talking about is this one, and they're right. This will be the only big news from today and tomorrow. Unbelievable montages is here. What, isn't she 50 years old? Oh, Bailey, not Barry. That's right. It's not Halle Berry. It's Halle Bailey. Um, so if you don't know who Halle Bailey is, I think, 19 years old, and she is the one half of the singing duo Chloe and Halle. You can look it up on Wikipedia or YouTube. I am not familiar with their music, so when I heard about this casting, uh, I immediately go on YouTube. It's like, okay, let me check out some of their songs. And I gotta be honest with you. You always get honesty from me. Some of their music or their songs are not my cup of tea. Maybe I just heard some of their not so great hits. If you know more about Chloe and Halle's great songs, uh, let me know in the comment section. Like, Rama, go check out this song by them, or like this one, the one that you check out, that was not their greatest hits, but this one is. Let me know, okay? Um, Zoe Simmons is here. 19 is a good age to be princess. Her voice is powerful solo though. Exactly. I was gonna get to that, Zoe. So thank you so much for the chat. So I watched their music videos. Wasn't too impressed. Got to be honest with you, but I did watch their performance at the Super Bowl, singing "America the Beautiful," and that blew me away. Well, number one, I'm a big fan of "America the Beautiful" song. I like that one better, much better than "Star Spangled Banner." But that's another topic for another time. But those sisters, man, wow, they knocked that song out of the park. "America the Beautiful" becomes even more beautiful with their singing it. So uh, she's pretty fresh. She's a fresh face. She's not a seasoned actress, obviously. Um, so what are my thoughts about this? And let me get to your chat real quick here. Brichantel Unravel the Crow says their style of music is not for everyone. Okay. I guess I fall into that category, everyone, and that's okay. Everybody's got their style. Unbelievable montages. I'm not sure about this remake because I didn't really enjoy the previous live action remakes. Okay, but I actually enjoyed Aladdin. I loved Aladdin. Naomi Scott was amazingly hot as Jasmine. Brushantel, Unraveled the Crow. I apologize. I butchered that last one. A lot of soul. Okay. Tyler says should have had Halle Berry as Ariel. Give us Grandma Ariel. Tyler is here with the usual comedy as always. Thank you so much, Tyler, for cracking us up. You are always reliable. By the way, Tyler and I will be collaborating this weekend, so stay tuned for that. Brashantal says she's been on Grownish. Okay, okay. I need to check out Grownish. I've only been a big fan of Blackish. I'm a big fan of Blackish. I haven't seen the spin-off Grownish. Gotta check that out. Kelly Walker says this is great for young actors of different races. I agree. Bo Robinson, I know a few YouTubers that do not like this, but I'm okay with this as far as her singing. I agree too. I was gonna get to that. So let me get to that then. Let me get to that. I know the title of this video is Outrage over black actress um, Halle Bailey cast as Ariel. And I'm not implying to you guys that the outrage comes from me. I am planning to actually share with you some of the outrage from the fans on Twitter, the backlash, the responses about this. But let me give you my take. What do I think? I love it. I love that Halle Bailey gets cast as Ariel. Come on now, come on. Just I'm sold just based on that America the Beautiful performance that they had at the Super Bowl. I was like, I'm in. She's my Ariel. Because to me, the priority is the singing. Ariel, Jodie Benson. Oh, God bless her. She has an amazing voice. She rocked Ariel. She was the Ariel that we grew up with. And I was like, okay, so I was like nervous. Like, you got what if the person that Disney picks can't carry a tune or doesn't? What if she can't hit the same notes that Jodie could? Like, what if she couldn't really pull off part of that world? Part of that world is such a you gotta because we had Emma Watson as Beauty and the as Belle in Beauty and the Beast, and I love Emma Watson. Don't get me wrong, but Emma Watson singing as Belle was a lot like Russell Crowe singing in Les Miserables. There you go. I said it. But it's not to belittle Emma Watson. Okay, I still love her as an actress, but her singing Belle's tunes was a lot. It was as painful sometimes, or not as painful maybe, but almost to that level as Russell Crowe in Les Miserables. Um, so that was my single biggest worry. The singing, ethnicity wise. Here's my argument. I totally understand why some fans and many of you guys probably are shocked, um, flabbergasted. Maybe you guys kind of like need some time to compose yourself. I totally understand. I'm not making fun of you guys. I totally understand because Ariel is an iconic Disney princess, and just like my friend on Twitter, Chad Kuhn says, um, Ariel over the years has been associated with white skin, red hair, right? And especially like a specific um, hairstyle too. You gotta get that right for Ariel. And so that's the Ariel that people have in their minds, in their heads. So I don't blame you if you're like, what? No. Now, um, I will push back if you guys, start throwing just like the fans on Twitter right now, and I'm about to share it with you. Some of the rather salty racist stuff going on. But if you are just shocked and surprised and like, really, that girl, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It might take some time to get around or to that idea or to wrap your head around um, the casting of Halle Bailey as Ariel because we've been so familiar with the white skin Ariel and red hair Ariel. So, but here's my response to that. In over 90 years of cinema existing, 90 years, okay? We've had movies for 90 years now, 90. There has almost never been a case of white actors being passed over because like, oh, yeah, I know the script says the actor or the character on the script is white, but you know what? Oh, let's make them Asian. Let's make them Pacific Islander. It's like if you even if you pick out like, hey Rama, there's this case, there's that case. That's like one in a million. More than often, it's like, okay, the script says African American or Jamaican, whatever. But you know what? We can't sell that movie if the lead actress is that race. Let's change it. Let's hire another screenwriter to revise the script, and let's cast a white lead actress. Because we got to sell this movie. That's usually the case. That's usually almost always the case. So, and you can't argue with me on that. That's just fact. Um, and Asian actors always get the shortest end of the stick. It's like, oh, you can't martial art or you can't like play doctors. Yeah, we can't cast you as the lead in anything. So my point is that, dude, for once, now we have this wonderful singer. I don't know yet about her acting. I got to check out that Grownish episode that you guys told me about. But she's a wonderful singer. Halle Bailey. For once, we have this person of color playing a role that was originally white, and all of a sudden, fans are up in arms about it. Really? You have 90 years of white actors taking other people's roles, and now you're like, oh my god, the world is coming, the sky is falling, a black actress has been cast as Ariel. Give me a break. Silly please, give me a break. So I welcome Halle Bailey. I'm not outraged by it, but let me read to you some of the outrage on Twitter here, and I'll get to the chat again to you guys. Thank you so much for chatting with me, by the way. Here's one that's on the Twitter moment here, from Ivan Jimenez. He said, and I quote, "I'm all for diversity, but the character Ariel is white. Is this your attempt to use a black person as a token, Disney Studios? Anyways, when will a Latina princess climb over the walls and become the Mexican Oprah and Mexican Meghan Markle?" Unbelievable. Um, Foxy Spelunka says, "First Ursula, now Ariel. Will King Triton be played by Hispanic man so we can slowly check off the phone diversity list?" Yeah. Larry Baker said, "Let's face it, folks, this choice was based on money. Disney saw how Black Panther did at the box office and did the math. This is not about white or black, it's about green. How about it's about Halle Bailey being right for the role? How about that?" Um, let's see here, the other ones here. The next, I'm sorry, Lynette Gonzalez says, "The story takes place in Denmark. Why change the story? Why change the story that we're used to? What's next? Asian as Tiana?" All right. Before I read the rest of the outrage here, I can go on and on and on. Another additional reason why I welcome Halle Bailey, right? I already gave you, like, we have 90 years of white people playing characters that are supposed to be not white. Now we have finally this, and then really you get outraged about it. The second reason is, guys. This is fiction. This is fictional. All right. I'll be with you if, for example, I'll be with you out there riding in the streets. If, for example, Jeff Bridges got cast as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in a biopic about MLK, I'll be with you, man. I'll be with you out on the streets riding. I was like, whoa, the real life person, Dr. Martin Luther King, it's not white. What are you doing? But this is fictional. Mermaid's not real. um, so who cares if the character is white or not? So it's not like she's a historical figure. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? I don't know. I don't want to waste too much time reading the outrage here. Well, let me get to your chat here. Let me get to your chat. Let's see here. Tyler. Now, who do we cast as Prince Eric? Huh? Who do we cast as Prince Eric? That is a good question. Any suggestions, everybody? Kevin Plum says Little Mermaid got some soul now. Zoe Simmons, the best remake I've seen so far is Beauty and the Beast. Uh, I the movie overall was okay. There were parts about it that, again, just Emma Watson as Belle. I love Emma Watson. Don't get me wrong, and Belle is my favorite Disney princess. But she's not. She wasn't there as far as singing goes. So that was like, that was the only thing why I can't fully love Disney's live action Beauty and the Beast movie. Unbelievable montages says I enjoyed Aladdin aside from very dull generic Jafar, but I don't think I would rewatch it again. I would prefer to stick with the animated version. Fair enough, fair enough. Kelly Walker says, dude, Captain Marvel was a woman when in reality it was a man. Well, Captain Marvel originally was the name for Shazam. I think that's what you meant. But then you can look up the history of why there's a switch there. Why Marvel comics like adopts Captain Marvel, and then uh, Shazam Captain Marvel starts dropping its Captain Marvel label and just goes with Shazam only. But yeah, those are two different properties, by the way. Melissa Jones says, I think she is perfect for it. She has a very soft, melodic, and magical voice, perfect for Ariel. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. I totally agree. Naomi Chauffeur says, Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast so far have been my favorite live actions as they're close to the culture and the original. I'm just really hesitant, especially it's known for its iconic elements. Joaky 11A says, why are you shocked? This is the SJW era. Brushantel says her older sister's going to blow up as well. She's going to do amazing things in the film. Hopefully, we haven't heard Chloe getting cast as in anything yet. So at least not to my knowledge. Let me know if I'm wrong. Zafiro says the G Mafia. Tyler says, oh, Prince Eric. Zoe Simmons, I'm a huge Disney fan and go to Disney every year since I was 6, and Ariel is my favorite princess. So I'm very happy with the choice. I know Jody is happy for the pick. Zoe is correct. I'm with you, Zoe. Um, Zafira says, um, Zafara says whites deserve this replacement that's going because they're doing nothing about it. Venkman says Black Washington is the new trend. It's bullshit. Venkman says, is Emma Stone gonna play Tiana in the Princess and the Frog live action movie? No. As a matter of fact, Emma Stone is gonna play Cruella. Boom. Take that. Emma Stone is already cast as Cruella. So your outrage is unwarranted. Let's see. Melissa Jones says Beauty and the Beast shouldn't have cast her. She couldn't sing. Autotune is right. Exactly right. I love Emma Watson. Don't get me wrong. Big fan of Hermione. But that autotune, man, Emma Watson just couldn't really fully grasp that whole musical element of Belle. So Kelly Walker says, "Thank God, that casting white person in every major is rolls over." But Haley can sing. Exactly, Haley can sing. I've heard some of Emma Watson sing without autotune, and she sounds fine. She may sound fine. She may sound fine, but it's not. What's the word I'm looking for here? I guess vibrato. Yeah, when you watch those Disney animated classics, and when those Disney princesses sing, whenever they sing, man, they take you up to like seventh heaven. Every one of them. It's like even if you're not fans of classical music or opera, when you hear those Disney princesses sing, you like your soul gets elevated. So I'm sure Emma Watson could, uh, sing just fine or hit the notes, but there's got to be that extra umph, and I think Naomi Scott hit that with Jasmine, and I'm very hopeful that Halle Bailey can do the same. with Ariel. Um, Unbelievable montage says, I think the auto made her sound worse. Let's see. Oh, it's a Bangman again. Seems like Bangman is the only one that's outraged right now. Uh, um, Sapphira's also salty. Why wouldn't they create her own character? Come on, you gotta give her a chance. You gotta give her a chance. Can we just say the fact that we have a live action prince actually sing? Thank you, K Brown Nevan. Um, Nimi kills her for. I guess why people are uproaring is because Ariel is close to their hearts and also to their favorite princess. That is correct, Naomi. That is correct because we have been associated we have been familiar all these years with that image of Ariel, the white skin and the red hair, and the red hair has a very specific hairstyle. Not just any not just any princess hairstyle. Um, do, 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 do. All right. All right. Let me get to the thing again. Thank you so much, you guys, for chatting with me here. Um, Now, if you're wondering who else is in the cast, Melissa McCarthy will be playing Ursula, the Sea Witch. I'm guessing they're gonna go full on like freaking CG on her because she's gonna be part octopus with six tentacles. Remember, Ursula doesn't have eight tentacles, but only six. Um, and what else? Oh yeah, Jacob Tremblay will be voicing Flounder, the best friend fish of Ariel, and Aquafina. Oh my God, Aquafina! I keep seeing Aquafina in everything, man. These days, holy crap, she's in everything these days. She's like freaking Jude Law in the middle 2000s. Aquafina will be voicing Scuttle, the seagull Scuttle. Now, I'm looking forward to Lin-Manuel Miranda and Alan Menken collaborating on the new songs in addition to their um, revamping the classics and making them sound extra awesome. But here's my worry. My worry is not Halle Bailey as Ariel. My only concern is Rob Marshall. Rob Marshall gave us Nine. Remember that Nine, the musical movie Nine? That was terrible. Rob Marshall gave us Pirates of the Caribbean's On Stranger Tides. It's like the worst Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Rob Marshall gave us Mary Poppins Returns, which, to be honest with you, I fell asleep halfway through it. Um, but I wasn't too crazy about Into the Woods. Rob Marshall also directed that one. But it seems that Disney loves Rob Marshall. They keep hiring him. So I'm that's my only concern. That's the only reason why I'm keeping my expectations, my hopes not too high because of Rob Marshall being the director of the Little Mermaid live action movie. But Halle Bailey, count me in. Count me in. Tyler says I'm not the most excited about Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, but like all the other casting choices, okay. Um, oh, Zephyrus now is just being 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 a jerk now. Emerald says, does this mean Disney is going to replace all the white Ariels in all the princesses marketing and make her black? What about the parks? Well, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves there. I know you again. Uh, you have this image of Ariel in your head, white skin, red hair, right? And now Halle Bailey comes in, and you're like, oh my God, my earth, my paradigm has been shifted. Oh no, everything that I've known. um, I to respond to you though, Emro. I think it's too early to say, oh my, that's it. Are they gonna replace Princess Ariel? The ones at Disneyland and at Disney World, the actresses who greet you and take photos with the kids. That Ariel's gonna be black now, and the marketing for the animated movie, they're gonna change the cover into Halle Bailey's face. Dude, hit the brakes, man. Hit the brakes. Okay, we just got the casting announcement right now. And I think there's room. I think there's enough room for both Ariels. Okay, there's enough room for both Ariels. There's the animated Ariel, which everybody loves, and now there's this Ariel, black singer actress Halle Bailey as Ariel. I think there's enough room in the world for both. All right, there's room for Naomi Scott Jasmine. There's room for the Jasmine that I had a crush on. Yeah, I had a crush on the animated Jasmine. Sue me. I was a teen in the 90s, okay? I was going through puberty and I thought the Disney princesses were hot and Jasmine was one of my favorites. So Naomi Scott comes in and it's not like Naomi Scott has replaced the animated Jasmine. So Starfighter says an image is an image. Yep. Uh, Kelly Lloyd says, I'm saddened by this because when I was young, Ariel was the only one redheaded pinnacles of beauty I had to look up to. It would have been fun though. Okay, we gotta address that. I totally understand too if you guys um you know have red hairs. All right, I don't want to use the other term. And you guys look up to Ariel. I totally get that. Okay, I look up to Iko Uwais, the star of the raid. Why? Because he's Indonesian. I'm Indonesian, and I was like, oh my god, there's an Indonesian doing these Hollywood movies. That's so awesome. Somebody who looks like me on the big screen, Iko Uwais. I get it. I get it, guys. I totally get it. And my only response to that, I guess, one is I'm sorry because I totally get where you're coming from. If Iko Uwais suddenly gets, replaced or like we don't see Iko Uwais on the big screen anymore, I would feel sad. I would feel sad as an Indonesian. I'll be like, oh, but that's the only Indonesian that Hollywood would cast or hire, and now we can't have him anymore. So I totally see where you're coming from. But let me say that you gotta give Halle Bailey a chance. You gotta give Halle Bailey a chance. This is a fine, wonderful, talented 19-year-old girl who I think can surprise us all, who I think can blow us away. All right. Um, Granted, again, I don't know much about her acting, but her singing. Go watch YouTube. There's live performance of her singing, and she is amazing. Oh my god, that's number one for me. You got to be able to sing part of that world, right? You got to be able to sing part of your world. You got to be able to sing those songs perfectly. Ethnicity wise, to me, that comes second or third, because that's just an image. Um, acting probably comes second. So we need to see. I mean, I hope. Well, I can probably bet, not hope, that Disney would, hire somebody or either an acting coach or somebody to accompany her to make sure to mold her into embodying Ariel from an acting standpoint, performance wise. I'm sure they'll have that cover, man. Freaking Disney. Disney's got money to burn. So singing thing, that's number one for me. Dylan Young says, I don't like it because it's taking original character and just changing their race instead of doing something like making Ariel black to represent Africans. Um, why not just make new characters? Well, same arguments that from the other ones that I've read here. Jason Cordero is here. What up, Jason? My friend, my brother from up north. Michael B. Jordan is Batman. Oh, yeah. I heard that rumor. I don't mind that at all. But of course, they've cast Robert Pattinson as Batman. So um, Michael B. Jordan as Batman is now out the window. Asians make their own movies as well as West Indies and others. Why can't blacks as people get together as other races and make a movie? What's that argument about? Like, really? You want to? That's the hill you want to die on? It's like, hey, why don't you guys, get over there and play in your own sandbox? Stop bothering us. Stop messing with our Ariel. Oh, it's our Ariel. It's like, oh, come on, chill out, fans, chill out. Again, In over 90 years of cinema existing, there have been movies for 90 years now. Almost all the time, man, white actors would take over or would replace or would play characters that are initially people of color on the script. That's usually almost always the case. Like freaking Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell. Have you seen that movie? Have you? I was open minded when I went to the screening, because I'm Asian. And guess what? Her character, her even though she's white, by the end of that movie, spoiler alert, her character used to be Asian, supposedly in another life, and then she became, revamped into this white character. I was like, oh, that doesn't make it any better, you guys. That does not make it any better. Oh my gosh. So come on, historically, that's always been the case. That white actors have never been passed over. And now we have this just one example of a person of color being cast as a character that originally was white, and all of a sudden everybody's pulling their hair out. Come on. You can at least give this one in a million a shot. Why can't you? Um, so to my fellow Disney fans out there, if you're outraged, just like on Twitter, the ones I just read to you, I don't know if I want to read more of this outrage on Twitter. Really, it's depressing. And if I read more, and then it'll get to racism territory, and I'll be feeling uncomfortable about it. Um, but my fellow Disney fans, if you need some time to wrap your head around this casting news, take all the time you need, man. Take all the time you need. Again, I know it's hard to unwind that image, of white skin Ariel, redhead, from our heads, because that's been ingrained in us over so many years. Totally get it. Um, so take all the time you need. But I hope you can come to the point where you're like, you know what? Let's see what she can do with this one. Let's see what she can do with this one. Right? Everybody needs, if I were to take on a job or a gig or a role, I would love to be given that also chance. I would love for the other person sitting on the other end to be like, you know what? I'm gonna give Rama a chance. I'll be like, oh my God, thank you. You know what? I will not disappoint you, because you gave me that chance. So let's give her a chance, man. All right, she's fresh. We don't know much about her yet, acting wise, but she's a great singer, and we're in this day and age where I think um, more and more diversity in front of and behind the camera is a good thing. Why not? Right? Why not? As a society, we need to move toward that. We can't be regressing as a society. We can't move backwards. What's the point of going to 2020 or 2022 if you're going backwards? Like that's it's like, what is that? As a society, you need to move forward with the time. So and again, this is a fictional character. This is not historical figure. This is not a biopic. So uh so again, I'm repeating myself here, like a broken record, but Tyler says, imagine if they cast Scarlett Johansson as the new Mulan. uh, Hollywood in the 70s or the 60s probably would consider it. They probably Hollywood decades ago probably wouldn't put it past them, that idea. Um, and some of you said here on the chat, like Zendaya. Oh, yeah, Zendaya would be a good choice too. But now Zendaya is associated with Mary Jane, MJ. So, and those of you guys also, I remember some fans out there. I don't know. I don't. I'm not saying you guys, but some fans are outraged or were outraged when turns out Zendaya is MJ. I was like, no, MJ is white. MJ has red hair. See, now everybody loves Zendaya. as MJ. So I remember when Heath Ledger got cast as the Joker. It's like, no, not the Brokeback Mountain guy. The Joker is not a gay cowboy. What are you doing? And guess what happened? Heath Ledger owned that role. Owned that. He owned it. He ruled that role. Oh my God. So um really gotta you gotta give Halle Bailey a chance. You know what? To conclude, I just want to also say that up to this point, you and I, the fans, only knew of one Halle, right? Halle Berry. So it's refreshing to have now another Halle. It's like, yay, there are two big famous Halles. Come on, that's also something to be celebrated. There's a lot of Nicoles, right? There's a lot of whatever Marys. There's a lot of Mary this, Mary that. Um, but now we have two Halleys, you know, and two is better than one. um, okay, I think some of you guys here on the chat have picked a bone now with me because I wasn't too crazy about Emma Watson as Belle, and that's another topic for another time. And I get it, I may be alone on that, and I'm okay with that. I've made my peace. All right. Again, for the thousandth time, I love Emma Watson, but singing wise, she wasn't she wasn't hitting, or she wasn't knocking it out of the park as Belle, singing wise. But I love Emma Watson as an actress, so I'll leave that at that. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much for chatting with me. Holy crap, the chat is still happening. You guys are amazing. Are you guys all Disney fans here? Are you guys all Disney fans too, or just Ariel fans and not necessarily Disney in general? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you can't, if you could not participate in the chat that's going on right now, leave your comment leave your thoughts about Halle Bailey cast as Ariel in the comment section below. I want to hear what you think about it. Do you agree or disagree with my take on this topic, on this casting news? And are you excited about Halle Bailey? Do you or do you have concerns? And if you do have concerns, what are those concerns? Share them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Oh, subscribe. Come on, you guys. Come on. I need your help. Subscribe to this channel. Press that like button. Ring that bell. And if you can support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Woo woo.